So there's rumors of the Note line going away and the S line taking its place. And with that being said, hey everyone, C. Wilson here, and this is my S21 Ultra art review. Starting with the thing you'll be staring at the most, the display sits at 6.8 inches. It is a 20 by 9 aspect ratio and a QHD 120Hz AMOLED panel. This time you no longer need to lower the resolution to keep that 120 Hz, which makes everything sharper because you no longer need to sacrifice your resolution in order to keep that fast refresh rate. The back of the phone now is in a matte finish, and it makes it more fingerprint resistant, which is always a plus. And now the camera bump seemingly melts over the phone onto the back of the phone, but it still does have a camera bump, which means when you draw on this phone, it tends to rock. So the best thing that you can do is throw on a case, unless you really like the back with the matte black finish. Speaking of cases, one of the easiest and most convenient ways of utilizing the S Pen for drawing is to purchase Samsung's silicone case that comes with the S Pen, and is currently available for $69. So when it comes to the S Pen for the S21 Ultra, it utilizes Wacom's EMR tech. The pen tip is 0.7 millimeters. The latency is at 9 milliseconds. The pressure levels is 4096, meaning there is no changes besides the actual size of the pen. So in case you're wondering, yes, you can utilize the S Pen from previous devices such as the Tab S7 Plus to use with your S21 Ultra. Now when it comes to drawing and how accurate everything is, it is highly accurate. The pen will pick up on a lot of your hand movement, but that varies per app that you utilize. And because it is using Wacom EMR tech, it's actually very good. And once again, this is kind of like an Apple Pencil for a phone. It's highly accurate. There's no problems that I have with it in general. I do wish that they made the pen possibly even bigger perhaps, but then again that would mean that you need a bigger case, which would be perfectly fine with me, because typically when I'm drawing, especially on the phone, I don't tend to get too detailed, but having a better grip on the pen itself would lead to better images that will be drawn. So I normally stick to sketching, like you can see in IBIS Paint. So for my overall thoughts, the drawing experience I actually really enjoy for what you get on a phone. I do wish the pen was longer, and that way I can have some better handling. The 120 Hz at all resolutions is also excellent, along with it being paired with Wacom's EMR tech. But I personally would say that with the Note line possibly being on the chopping block and this stepping in to fill the Note line, that maybe they could have implemented the case and pen a little bit better. It kind of seems more like an afterthought that was slapped on. It would be nice to see something like some leather or other textures or variations of this actual case. Maybe even put the pen on the back. That way it could slide in and possibly even be bigger or even a longer pen. And for $69.99 is questionable quality that comes with the case, which makes me a little nervous for how long the case will actually last. But I do like the fact that it does store the pen on the side. It's just not as sleek as how the Note would handle it. And the other thing that kind of cripples the experience is the aspect ratio being slightly taller and narrower than being wider, which would make it easier to draw. But that does make me look forward to the next Galaxy Fold, although it's very expensive. I would love to see how they plan on implementing the pen, and hopefully it's not just a pen with a case added to the Galaxy Fold, which I'm leaning towards that is what that's going to be like. But it would be nice to be able to have a more square aspect ratio. That way, even if the phone does close and fold, when you open it up, it would be one of the best sized canvases, especially with it being on the go. And now Android is really picking up on getting art applications over, and having that experience on a miniature tablet that is also a phone would be great as well. But all in all, I do enjoy being able to use a pen on the phone and draw, because sometimes you never have a notebook that can fit in your pocket and your phone is always with you, and having that there with me enables me to draw wherever I am, which I truly enjoy. And I just wish that they could have implemented it just a tad better. But otherwise than that, I actually really enjoy the experience. So hey, if you liked the video, make sure you do a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new, and hit the bell notification icon that will be notified of new content. And I'll continue to let this play out so you can just see a little bit of my process when I'm drawing. And if you have any questions or comments, you can go ahead and leave those down below. And peace.